for some reason, my camera dropped out. So just
Everybody bear with us, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody bear with us. We're having a little technical difficulties. We're bringing this to you tonight. Tonight on the Spot Motorsports Media, we're going to have Pro Stock Motorcycle rider Clayton Howey be joining us. How you doing, Mitchell? Microphone, buddy. Your microphone got
there
kicked
we
off.
go. There we go. We're all back on. I'm going to have to remove that camera out of the way and buy a new one. I guess I got a little short in it, but I tell you what, we got a great show coming on tonight. We got Clayton Howey joining us, Pro Stock Motorcycle rider. He's been racing for over 17 years. We're going to talk about all the different classes that he raced in, even the ET bracket stuff in Division 7. I think that's very important. I think that's pretty much, he will probably tell us tonight, that's where he learned how to control a bike to be able where he is today in the professional ranks. But before we get into that, we're going to take a little commercial break. So we'll be right back after these messages.
Reliability to drive thousands of miles. Confidence for those who fly high. Redline oil products give you the power to crush the competition. And a track record of being the best. Redline oil products. You push it to the limit, we'll protect it.
Ready to take your engine to the next level? Scorpion Racing Products delivers precision-engineered, high-performance rocker arms that dominate the track. 100% CNC machined in the USA with aerospace-grade aluminum for unmatched strength and durability. Our rocker arms handle extreme conditions with multiple ratios available to fit your needs. Backed by our exclusive lifetime warranty. When performance matters, choose Scorpion Racing Products. Proven, reliable, unstoppable.
With more than 30 years of engine and drivetrain experience, Big Stuff is your one-stop total power management solution. Whether you're controlling a 600 horsepower street car and want the best drivability, or have a 6,000 horsepower race car, need the most foolproof, reliable control hardware, Big Stuff can do it all. All of our components are designed and manufactured right here in the USA, including our computers, wiring harnesses, touchscreen displays, and more. Nothing is built offshore, and we take pride in being one of the only automotive aftermarket manufacturers that can say this. Learn more at BigStuff3EFI.com or connect with us on Facebook and Instagram for more information.
Clayton, I want to thank you for joining us tonight here on the Spot Motorsports Media. I know a lot of people probably was wondering why we were coming on so late, so I'm going to go ahead and tell them. Clayton's all the way out in California, so we wanted to make sure we could help him out with his scheduling. I know you have an everyday job just like us, and so we're going to talk a little bit about that as well. And so just wanted to make sure that we were able to acquaint you on your schedule. And, of course, you're going to be really busy on Thursday. Sounds like you got a long day to get to Maryland. But before we get into that, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, obviously, Clayton Howey, out here in Hanford, California, 37 years old, and motorcycle racer. Drag racer, grew up riding dirt bikes, BMX, all that fun stuff, getting hurt.
Good stuff, good stuff.
So I hear you actually started riding motorcycles at a very young age. So what age was that? Was it around 6, 7 years old?
About 9 years old. First bike I had was a TTR 90. And so it was a fun little bike. We used to have a little pit around here that me and my dad would go ride around. And I've always loved riding two wheels. yeah, obviously started with bicycles. I think I was about 3.5, 4 years old when that happened. And my first actual motorcycle ride was on the gas tank of my dad's old, he had an old Z1R, a 1000, and took me down the block when I was about, I want to say 9 or 10 months old. And
Oh, really?
yeah, mom wasn't happy.
I was getting ready to say Mama wouldn't be happy over that one. There's no way.
Yeah. But yep, went down the street, came back, had one of the old coffin tanks on it, so it's a nice little flat platform for me to sit.
Right. You get his, he just putted down there, obviously, you know what I mean? Take it easy, but that's cool. Okay. So, so when you first got involved in motorcycles, okay, were you drawn to like motocross or something like that, or were you always drawn to drag racing?
I've always liked motocross, but I've been drawn to drag racing, man, probably since I was 5, 6 years old. My dad took me down to Pomona. We watched the finals down there. We used to make it a point to go every year. Mm-hmm. We probably went about 3 or 4 years in a row, and yeah, that was always my favorite class to watch was Pro Stock bikes. And,
of course.
Yeah.
Okay, and that kind of set the hook for your desire for drag racing.
Oh yeah, it was. I've always seen it as just like a very raw, very vulnerable class because you can see everything the rider does, and it has a ton of effect on ET and performance. And I don't know, I've always kind of thought that class is it's got to be a good combination of your tuner and the rider to make everything work right.
Right. And right when you don't think people are watching, experienced people that you race with, they got their eyes on you the whole entire time, watching your body English on that bike and how you're able to compensate for, say, if you got a crosswind. And, another rider can actually learn a lot on what you're doing that's helping you out. They may interpret to themselves because, like you said, there's nothing around you. You're all out in the open.
Yeah, it's funny. I was actually in Gainesville making a test pass, and I was talking with one of the riders there, and I told him, yeah, I like making buy runs because I can hear everything that's going on. And he said, yeah, so can we.
Yeah. And you're like, all right, duly noted. You know what I mean? You can hear it. It goes both ways. But tell us, so when did you get your first taste of drag racing yourself? I mean, how was it? Were you really young when you went out there and started drag racing yourself?
So I started drag racing, man, I think I was 15 and a half or 16 years old.
Okay.
There was a high school class down here in Famoso, and I had a 71 Nova. That was my high school car, a little small block.
Nice.
60 over car. And it was fun. Ran 1220s with it and went to the Hot Rod Reunion a couple times. I think I made it as far as the semis 1 year. And then, just same thing. I had friends that raced bikes, and I've always liked it. And it's a whole lot cheaper to go faster on a bike. So, yeah.
Oh, okay. I've heard more than one person say, Mitchell and I have both heard people say that. I've known people that have had a good career with cars locally, okay, and just sold it and went and bought a bike. And I'm like, why in the world would you do that? And he said it's a whole lot cheaper in his situation. It was a whole lot cheaper, and he explained the tracks you can run at and the events and the purses and stuff. I'm like, well, that's actually a pretty wise move. I never thought about getting out of a 13-second street car and getting on a 9-second bike. That's what he did. That's a pretty quick jump. But I take it that you just didn't do an abrupt jump like that. Go from the cars to a motorcycle. Did you start with a street bike, or how'd that work?
Yeah. So my dad, he had at the time he had a 03 1000, and he was racing it. I had my motorcycle's license, so I went to the track a couple times, and I would run the bike to 1,000 feet and get out of it, run like low tens with it because you have to have your 9-second license. And so talking to the track managers, I told them, I said, let me make one pass all the way through. If I can bury it in the 9s, I'll get licensed. And that one pass, I think I went like 974 or 978 with it. They said, yeah, don't come back unless you're ready to license. So.
I can't believe they let it fly, and you called it too. You told them what you were going to do, and said I was clear to the last run of the night. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was the very last pass of the night. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. And yeah, obviously from there, I had a couple friends. My friend Anthony Delatorre had a ZX14, and I got my taste on that bike once I had my license, and it was a lot of fun. So.
Now you have a very wonderful career in ET bracket racing, so I kind of want to talk a little bit about that. I mean, you had track championships in 2015, 2016, 2020, 2021, 2023, and you was a NHRA Division 7 champion twice in 2019 and 2022.
Yeah.
You raced in Race of Champions, and you won that in 2021. I mean, and it just goes on and on. It is just crazy. So you were actually Division 7 Rookie of the Year in 2019.
Yep.
You were an NHRA Lucas Oil Division 7 ET champion in 2024.
Yep.
And you know that's just a little bit of what you've accomplished over your years, not including riding the Nitro Street bikes and running 490 class. So kind of talk to us a little bit about winning those championships, and you know how was that for you?
Well, so I had, I guess the bike I did a lot of my winning on, I had a ZX14 as well. It was 2006. It was let's say throughout its lifespan, a high 8-second to about an 830 bike. So no bar. I used to hand clutch ride it. When I was winning my early track championships, I was still hand clutching, shifting the bike. And then I got a Gen 2 clutch in it, and I've always left on a Pro tree. That's one thing I will say I like about Division 7, is we get the opportunity to run bracket racing on a Pro tree, and not
really?
I don't think any other division does. A Division 6 does as well, but they default on a full tree.
Huh. So. Okay, I didn't know that. So it's like an open comp. We call it open comp.
Yeah.
You got different dial-ins, but it runs off of like a 510 Pro or something like that.
Well, it's funny, you talk about, the clutch, because Chris Reagan said he's also got a killer clutch hand.
Yeah, he would know.
Okay, so he's calling you. Okay, he's calling you on that. All right, all right.
That's funny.
Okay.
There it is right there. See it on the screen?
Yeah.
Yep. That's good stuff. So yeah, me and Chris, we've done some grudge racing. There was a short wheelbase class out here that 66-inch, basically stock seat position, short wheelbase bike, and kind of anything you wanted done to the motor.
So was it street tire, no bar kind of thing?
Street tire, no bar, stock clutch. Couldn't run a Gen 2. I think you could run a lockup. I don't remember, but I mean, I had a bone stock clutch in my bike, and yeah, it was fun. There was whether Chris did or didn't have any mechanical failures, I've still been unbeaten on that bike, hand clutch racing here on the West Coast. But,
okay, dare we ask how quick it's gone, or was it one of those we'll let that pass?
That's things.
Yeah.
Is it a no-time bike?
It's a no-time bike.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
We can't get into
we
that.
respect. We'll leave it. We'll leave it because
we'll just say it's fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do bracket race it also. but I put a Gen 2 in it, and it's I will say it's a different bike when I'm bracket racing. So if,
that's a given. That's
yeah,
a
if
given.
anyone ever wants to find out what it is in a grudge format, it'll cost a little bit.
Gotcha. Do y'all do lock-ins, or is it just gentlemen's agreements?
Usually just gentlemen's agreements. I'll show up to the track, and then we'll have some fun. So.
Okay, that's fair.
There's usually money to be made. So.
Now, Bakersfield's your home track, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, other than that, do you journey out much with your fun? I'm calling them fun bikes. Do you journey out much past Bakersfield with your fun bikes?
Yeah, I do a lot of racing in Las Vegas. I would say, other than Famoso, there in Bakersfield, I generally race in Las Vegas. We've lost the Irwindale track.
Yeah.
So it's a little hard for me to get up to Sonoma, but Vegas is an awesome facility, and I would say that track's a lot of fun to race too. It can get windy there, and
yeah, I've heard that with door cars, and I can only imagine with yours.
Yeah, it's
bikes.
Yeah, there's nothing like rolling under the arch and you watch the wind change direction 10 miles an hour, and it's like, well, here we go.
I got you. Well,
you got to get ready to either position your feet on those pegs and decide that, how you're going to put a little bit of weight on one side of the bike than the other.
Yep, definitely.
Through the crosswind.
Now, I tell you now, Mitchell and I, we run against each other all the time locally here in Gainesville. Okay, we compete against each other. And so we have a lot of respect for all racers, but especially bracket racers. Okay, whether you're giving up the handicap or you're being chased, either way, it's a challenge no matter what. And so for you to have the track championships that you've earned, okay, having your division championships that you've earned, your national championships through Summit that you've earned, okay, that's a lot of laps.
Oh yeah,
that is a lot of laps with anything, much less a bike. But tell us, he goes, when you're working with, and I'm talking about your bracket bikes. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. What kind of maintenance program do you typically do on them on a regular basis? I mean, it's like going, hey, I can go 2 or 3 races before I need to pull any major maintenance or stuff like that, or how does that typically work on something like that? Because they're it's quick bikes. It's not like it's a street bike like I would ride. It's a quick bike. So go ahead.
Yeah. My ZX14, it's a relatively low maintenance bike. I don't lean on it too hard unless I'm hosing it down. But my bracket bike, my 790 bike, it's I would say unexpectedly I guess I only got about a year out of it, and so I haven't had a bike with a GS motor or an older engine until I had that one, and I guess I kind of went a little too far with my maintenance program. I would say probably every 6 months I should have it torn down and worked on, just because I put quite a few laps on them, and every few races or so I'll go through the valve train. Usually after every couple of races, I'll go through the clutch, just make sure it's not eating it up or wearing out or anything. But always I would say every race. I mean, it's still a carbureted bike, and whether I'm racing down here in Famoso, we're only 600 feet above sea level, versus going to Las Vegas, where at any given day corrected altitude could be 4,000 feet.
Right.
Where it's always playing with jetting, ignition curve, trying to make the bike happy. And I guess that's one thing that I like about the bracket class is that you can, but whatever the bike's happy doing that weekend, you kind of just stay right there with it. You don't have to lean on it as hard as you can to win a race. So.
Right. Absolutely. That totally makes sense. Now tell us, where did your opportunity arise to work your way towards Pro Stock Motorcycle? When did that happen?
So actually, one of my friends, my friend Gary Stouffer and Cahale Woods, I was interested in riding pro stock, and I had always ridden street bikes. So my Top Gas bike, Cahale Woods helped me find it. Bought that bike out of Ohio, I believe, and I had it shipped here. Went through it. I believe the first time I rode it was a little rough. The first race I had on it in Las Vegas, I doubled up, and that was won both races back to back. And I actually had that was in 2024, I think. That was a 23 or 24, I don't remember, but it was a pretty phenomenal year. I couldn't lose on that bike if I wanted to. It was hard.
Is it this one?
That's that bike right there. Yep. And yeah, it's on a rail. It's got it's a 1500 GS. I got a Pro Series 2 ignition system on it that some of my friends aren't super pumped about, but it does me pretty good. And yeah, it's same thing. I mean, even though I'm bracket racing, I leave on a Pro Light with it. I'm shifting every gear. It's got a 1-2-3 auto transmission, but yeah, a lot of the bracket bikes they auto shift, and you're really just playing with weather at that point. But I guess I would kind of use it. I kind of use it as grooming myself to learn how to pro stock ride. That you throw the aspect of dialing your bike and yourself to try to get the most out of you as a rider and the motorcycle at the same time. And it would help me, I guess, making sure I'm shifting on time, making sure I'm riding correctly. Because as like within bracket racing, every little change starts throwing away ET.
Right.
And depending on how you're dialed, if you're dialing hard, you start throwing away ET, you're gonna lose. If you're not carrying any numbers.
Right.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not probably giving away a couple of my secrets here, but
no, it's true. It's true for everybody. You're right. I mean, either you short stick it, shift early, you know what I mean, to hold a couple numbers, knowing that if you for whatever reason got to pick them up or try to pick them up,
yes,
you know you got a little bit to do it, and that totally makes sense.
Yeah.
But the fact that now you shifting by ear or on a light?
Shifting with the shift light. So.
Okay. So you automatically have trained yourself and tuned yourself to that. Okay.
Yeah.
So hand clutch and shifting on a light. So yeah,
yes.
that the next obvious step. It sounds like what you've done. Step up to a pro stock motorcycle. Now I see what Austin's asking there.
Yeah. And so he wants to know any tracks you're looking forward to racing at. And probably one of them is probably this weekend.
Yeah, definitely. Here coming up in Maryland, I'll say Chris Reagan's one of them, but a lot of my friends have bugged me about going back east racing. And I've been wanting to get over there just to see some of the big bike races with like the XDA and some of the KOG events and stuff. Just we don't have as big of bike counts out here on the West Coast. So it would be really cool to see that. And one, just I know that's kind of a legendary track. There's been a lot of people going really fast there, and
yeah.
So just venturing out. I would say this year I've probably been to more tracks than I've been to in a long time. Just I've never been on the East Coast racing, and so yeah, going to Gainesville, Charlotte, down there at SGMP, and coming up on Maryland and Chicago. These are all new tracks to me, and it's fun. They all got their little quirks and little differences. And
I was going to say, so far, what do you think about running on the tracks that you haven't ridden on before? What do you think about them? Now, and what I mean is smooth, you know what I mean? Smooth or any dips in the track or nuances that, kind of surprised you?
I would say shutdown areas they've been exciting. Yeah.
Not in a good way. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
A couple tracks. Yeah, just I would say I'm kind of spoiled by Las Vegas. It's got I mean,
It's got like a 1,000,000 mile shutdown, right?
oh man, it goes forever, and you go uphill, like you just coast through pretty much almost all the way down to the top end, and so yeah, especially like with on the pro stock bike, I mean, you're getting on the binders, and some of the tracks are a little bumpy, or I guess a little bumpier than what I'm used to, so it's making me have to ride a little bit, but it's
Okay.
fun. It's fun.
Okay, well, at least you know it going in, though.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's not like you're totally surprised.
Yeah.
So when Robert mentioned that, is your opportunity to get to the track, walk the shutdown area, and kind of look for those trouble spots before y'all even start qualifying on Friday?
I do, yeah. So usually before anyone runs or when the bracket classes are running, I'll go out and watch just to see how cars are acting, and yeah, just to kind of get a feel for the track. Like I'll stand behind the burnout box to see what the crowns look like, just kind of get a perception. Usually I'll ride down to the very end of the shutdown area before I ever make a pass, and just to get a feel for what it's like from the stripe to the very end. And even though I'm not going as fast, you can kind of get a feel for it, know how much real estate you're working with.
Yeah, it kind of give you a chance. Well, when I go to the shutdown area, I need a little bit more to the right side or a little bit more to the left.
Yeah.
To try to miss some things. Now, going into, from racing ET brackets, do you think that index racing and like the 490 class really helped you develop a lot of skill, because that gave you the opportunity to pretty much ride right next to another motorcycle all the way down, doing the index racing?
Yeah, the index has helped me out. I would say leaving heads up. That's probably the funnest part about it. Is I mean, handicap racing's hard, and
Yeah.
trying to, especially when you're the faster one.
Yes.
I mean, if you got 3/10 between your tree, they're crossing the tree right when it's time to go, and it's tough. But
Right.
it's yeah, that's always the worst. But
Yeah. Well, we got a mutual friend, Dane Papke,
oh yeah,
yeah, that's also been working with the Stoufferts.
yeah,
And we had that same discussion with him about running, 490 class, and did it seem to help him to get better familiar with a bike right next to him,
yeah,
compared to trying to catch a bike or a bike trying to catch you.
yeah.
And he pretty much said the same thing. Yes, it helped out a lot to get used to someone right there by you all the way down.
Yeah, yeah. It's fun because with bracket racing, I mean, I would say from about half track on, I'm usually watching the other guy.
Right.
And with the index stuff, it kind of the same thing, but since I'm shifting every year and I'm not running auto, I'm more so paying attention to what I'm doing. But it's cool when you can hear the other bike right there. Most of the time on a heads up tree, when you kind of know where you've left, whether
I was getting ready to say you're going to know at the hit.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering on a bike, peripheral wise, if you can actually from the hit tell, can you see that far over? Can you see your opponent on the starting line when you're focused on the tree?
Or do you wear blinders?
So I don't wear blinders personally.
Okay.
And I know a lot of people do. I would say that probably comes from me being a bracket racer. I like seeing everything. And,
yeah, true. True.
So,
but I guess from the hit, okay, you can tell on a heads up, okay,
yeah.
if you got the move or if they got the move.
Usually you can tell, yeah.
Okay. I've always been curious to ask that, and I forgot to ask Braden that and
Yeah.
others and Richard and stuff like that, but it totally makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not supposed to be paying attention, but there's
unconsciously.
Subconsciously you can usually tell if you're behind or you're ahead. So
yeah, that makes sense, because I mean I can only imagine, because it's the same thing with us. Whenever you're running heads up with somebody, you can tell if you got the move or not,
Yeah.
or if it's close. You
Yeah.
know, then obviously you're racing. But talk to us about your, like you said, your first opportunity
Yeah.
to get on a pro stock bike. How did that come about?
So actually, one day I was Gary and my friend Gary, Gary Stover. He was working with Dane, and I just asked him at one of the races. I said, "Hey, like, what does it take to be able to run a pro stock bike?" And he said, "Well, you gotta get your license." And I said, "Okay. Would you be interested in helping me do that?" And he said, "Yeah, we'll figure some stuff out, but yeah, I think we can make something work out." And so he's got he's got a couple different engines for that bike, and I rode it once. We were going 830s with it, and then just to get a feel for it, because even though my chassis bike, it's technically an old 90s Pro Mod chassis or an early 2000s Pro Mod chassis, so it's got some wheelbase, handles a little bit different, no fairing on it,
Right.
and yeah, it all changes once you get on pro stock bike. I mean, they're 70-inch. They got a relatively short wheelie bar on them, so it just changes how the whole thing acts. And yeah,
And then you had the fairing on top of it.
yes. So it's funny because even on the Booster that I ride now, or Kelly's bike, it's my chassis bike feels faster on the top end than riding, honestly, going over 200, and I usually only go about 165 on mine. It's just I got no fairing on that bike, so you're out in the wind, you're exposed to everything. I mean, it does make top end racing a little different, that being a bracket bike, because when you turn and look, it wants to pull your head around, or if you do anything with your arms, or if they're not flat, or you got them pulled in, it'll change the way the bike wants to steer.
Right.
It's you can hide behind a fairing a little bit easier.
Yeah,
Well,
you kind of
and
want to. You
Yeah.
kind of want to.
And I tell you, a lot of people who want to get into pro stock motorcycle racing, the Stofers, they're right there that pretty much help anybody. They're really good people.
Oh yeah, they've been awesome this whole time. I mean, I probably call Gary, talk to him probably 3 days a week on the way to work every week, and he's just been a good friend of mine. And I mean, the opportunity that he gave me, whether he says he's helped me out or not, I mean, he had a platform that I was able to learn on, and he was willing to trust me with his bike and his equipment. I mean, even though I was leasing it from him, it's still, you got to put a lot of trust in somebody to get it right.
Yeah, agreed.
Well, I mean, it's not like you just walked over there and said, "Hey, I want a license." I mean,
Yeah.
you had already a pretty good racing background. You know. You've been on fast bikes already, so I think that helped out a lot.
Yep. And I would say just trying to keep an open mind riding is that's what I always try to do. It's because, I mean, I'll make little changes to my bike just to get more ET out of it, or to make it act a certain way. And I feel it kind of cross trains into the pro stock riding as well, because I mean, you don't really want to anticipate a shift. You're just throwing away numbers at that point. And it's funny because I relate a lot of it to my bracket racing. I mean, if you miss a shift bracket race and you start throwing away numbers, you miss a shift on a pro stock bike, you start throwing away numbers. And
Right.
the tough part about pro stock is you can't get them back anywhere. So
Yeah, that's true. So you're going to be on it, but you see, like you're explaining, and it completely makes sense. You're training yourself to not only to be patient, if that makes sense,
Yes.
to everybody listening, but to be patient, but also to focus on what you're doing. You know what you have to do, and you're doing it. Okay, minimal movements and paying attention.
Right.
Go ahead, Mitchell.
yeah,
Does some of it kind of become muscle memory after a while?
it does a little bit. I've had to check myself where where you start thinking, okay, yeah, this is going to happen right now. Okay, that was wrong. Gotta put yourself back into learning mode, I guess. And yeah, you start getting comfortable, or at least myself, start getting comfortable, and then you make mistakes.
Right.
So, yeah,
that's true for everybody. That's
So you're more likely, it's better for you to go out there as relaxed as possible.
Yeah.
And just focus and hit those points when you see that light flash on, and get your shifts, and not try to, like you said, overthink.
Yeah.
Just relax and focus and do your job at hand.
Well, tell us what was it like the first time that you rode a full tilt pro stock bike? I mean, because you said when they first set you up on the bike, it had a mild setup and is only running 820s, 830s.
Yep.
Okay, and what was it like whenever they stepped up? Okay, and it's like going, all right, this is the exact same thing as what we run.
Yeah.
Okay, what was that experience like the first time you let go of that?
It was a little bit nerve-wracking, and so it was my first race. I think it was Sonoma in 2024, and it was funny because I was standing there. We were standing there with Gahea. We were in the staging lanes, getting ready to roll up, and I mean, a lot of people had put a lot of time and effort into me, just with everything, like taking time out of their day to help me out, like coaching me on stuff. And I remember I was nervous, and he was like, dude, he said, what are you doing? He's like, you're fine. And I said, yeah, I'm not. Honestly, I said, I'm not nervous about the riding part. I said, to me, that's no big deal. I'm nervous because I don't want to go out there and screw up, and for everything that everyone's put into me just kind of flop. And I said, the riding part, I said, as soon as I get to throw the lever and burnout box, I'll be all right. But I will say, as for going down the track under full power, it was definitely got my attention. And yeah, again, just trying to stay as loose as I can, trying not to anticipate anything is, I would say has been my best asset for riding, and like almost like a motocross racer too. Because I mean, you might come around the corner and you got a rut. Next time you come around, it might be a little bit different. The face of jumps change all through the night. It's similar to what you're doing, trying to go faster and faster on with every pass as well. I mean, we might make little changes here and there. So every bike's going to act a little bit different. You're on the same motorcycle on the same track, but it might be something a little bit different. And you don't want to anticipate it, because you might ruin the pass.
So how did the whole deal work out with you coming over and racing with Kelly Klotz and Chris?
Well, I was, how did that go? It was, I guess, going into Dallas, I kind of just started talking with them a little bit, talking with Ed Graywick, kind of built a little relationship with them, and yeah, just went into racing Dallas with them, kind of made a deal, and started leasing the bike from them. Told my friend Gary, hey, hope you're not going to hate me for this, but I'm going to go ride their bike, because I think I might have a little bit of a little chance to win. So, and but yeah, they've been great. Gary's he made it clear to me at the time that his bike was kind of just something for me to learn on, and yeah, so moving up to riding Kelly's bike, it was kind of just an open conversation with Ed Graywick and them, and similar to what happened with me and Gary, just asked some questions and kind of happened. So.
Well, I know Kelly and Chris, they're getting really excited about racing the NIR this weekend, because that's in their backyard.
Yes.
So I know they're going to be really pumped up, and And I think it's great that, they have your bike in their camp as well, running with them. Just in case if they happen to have a bad run, share that information, with each other and vice versa. I think,
Yep.
to be able to survive in, in, in professional drag racing, you have to have other teammates with you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. Me and Kelly, we both kind of feed off each other, and we work together a little bit. Kind of, we'll discuss some runs and stuff, how we feel passes went, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun being able to ride with someone else. So.
That's good, and especially going to MIR.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it, Mitchell, as you were talking about it. Richard Gadsden, that's one of his favorite tracks. Braden Davis has run there, loves that track. The Klotz, that's their home track.
Yeah.
There's a Gage has run there a lot in Pass on Grudge and other things like that. So the Pro Stock Motorcycles has a long history in MIR.
Yeah.
Through different series and years. So and knowing that, I heard the weather's going to be really good.
Yeah.
I don't know if
it's warmed up a little bit, but it's still going to be in the 70s, I think.
Okay,
Perfect.
so yeah, exactly. So that's definitely something to look forward to for sure. So I tell you, Clayton, now tell us about how your season is going thus far.
So far it's been pretty good. I mean, I'm sitting sixth. With Kelly and the team there, I think I got to count. I think this will be my sixth race, going into my sixth race with them. But I mean, I've made a semifinal. Other than this last race here in Chicago, I've made it out of the first round every time. Made it to the final quad there in Charlotte. It's been a lot of fun. I'll be racing in Maryland. I think it's going to be cool seeing the whole. There should be a pretty big bike crowd there. But I mean, past that, I don't have anything set in stone yet. It's tough, especially out here on the West Coast. I mean, I've had tons of support from a lot of the West Coast riders and stuff. I would say that's where most of my relationships and my partnerships and sponsors have come from. But it's a lot of the racing happens on the East Coast, and it's hard to find some connections to try to keep this thing going.
It's true, but it's getting there. It's getting there. Now, also, ladies and gentlemen, Clayton's one, actually the only that I can think of, and correct me if I'm wrong, the only Pro Stock motorcycle racer we've interviewed that has done a perfect light during competition. Was it last year or 24?
It was last year.
It was last year. Okay. Yeah. Yep. One on a hole shot.
Yep.
But a perfect light, and then asked you, how you did it, and you're just like going, it was good.
Yeah.
And I'm sure in your mind you saw that your hand was moving. You saw the tree on everything was slow mo, and in your mind you're probably squinting, going, "Please be green, please be green."
Oh yeah, yeah. That whole moment. I mean, everyone goes through it. That as soon as I started moving and throwing a lever, I was like, man, if that's green, I'm gonna be lucky because.
Yeah, I shouldn't be.
Yeah.
You're like, no. Okay. But yeah, so congratulations on that, because I know, like all professional racers, they pride themselves on the tree, and I know Pro Stock cars and bikes are always the tightest and closest on the trees.
Yeah.
Always. But to hit a perfect 000 line, man. Congratulations, boy! That is an unbelievable accomplishment, to say the least.
Yeah, that was actually the very first round win I've had in a pro category. So, and
I mean, you topped it off. I mean, one on a hole shot, perfect tree.
Yeah.
It's like going, okay, what next?
I had to race Chase Van Zandt, and actually, this last race too, I had to run him in the first round again, and I think I was 10 on the tree, and I like racing him, and I dislike racing him too, because I know he's also a killer. And
hey, but he knows what he's getting. He knows exactly what he's getting into.
Oh yeah,
when he runs you. Period. So you're both up on it and ready for it. So
yeah,
that makes the competition better.
Well, and shoot, the way how the field lines up, I mean, you have to be good on the tree, or you're probably going home. I mean,
oh yeah, and I mean,
you're going to have to be super sharp. And I would say anything a 20 light and more, you may be going home over there in that pro stock motorcycle class.
yeah, and I mean, everyone, not just him. It's just for some reason it seems like we pair up a lot. But when I race anyone, it the tree has a lot to do with it. And I mean, not to sound like a broken record, but going back to bracket racing too.
Yep.
I mean, if you're behind 20 on the tree, you're in trouble.
Yeah, you're in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's tough in any field to make up.
Yeah.
So that makes now tell us, you're working with a lot of people,
Yeah.
In order to go racing. So talk to us about your marketing partners that you have so many of.
Yeah.
And more. But go ahead.
Yeah, definitely. You know, they're DeChico's here in Kingsburg. It's a little Italian restaurant. My friend Mark Avila, Sylvia, and Nick. They, I bracket race with them here. They've done a lot for me. You know, we actually had a watch party there when I was racing in Charlotte, trying to kind of a little way for me to try to give back to them.
Oh man, that's great.
Yeah, and it was pretty cool. I guess they had a pretty good turnout. You know, Jay Jones, I actually got one of his shirts on right now, but he's same thing. Him and his boy Andrew and their whole family there. They've always been warm and welcoming to me, and yeah, helped them out as much as I can. My friend Dave Wheeler, we've had plenty of nights talking about me pro stock racing in the past. He's got a SCR, the specialized chimney repair there. Yeah, on the back of my helmet, I got a decal for Barreras Motorworks. Junior and senior there, they've helped me out quite a bit. My friend Paul Silvas, PS Audio, Eamon Delia, and Chris. My mom and dad, you know, my wife and daughter, they support me like hands down. She probably pushes me to do this more than I want to myself. But like she says, I've always been a fan of drag racing and motorcycle racing, and if I got the opportunity, I gotta go for it. And
that's where it's at right there.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. So
I got a couple other pictures I'm gonna flash up here, and you can tell us a little bit about these bikes.
oh yeah, that's my buddy Gary. That's his ZX14. That's a fun no bar bike to ride too. I've ridden that one a couple times for him, but if I remember right, that was his first Wally last year or the year before in Phoenix.
That is a good looking bike.
Oh,
It's clean.
Gee
Yes.
whiz, man. Yeah, the more I'm looking at it, I was thinking that, Mitchell. That is very clean.
yeah, that's a very fun and fast bike.
Is that a grudge bike too?
He bracket races it, but it's when I'm on it, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit faster.
I got you. Okay, I got you. We got you.
Yep, that was my debut pro stock racing there. You know, Clay and Jody Pollitt, they helped me with the Hoods sponsorship. That's my mom and dad. Yeah, it's actually my boss. He has a decal on the wheelie bar there that TMOE. That's representing his family. They did quite a bit for me as well. Yeah.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Hoods, isn't that a company that goes around and cleans the hoods and stuff for kitchen equipment?
Yeah, that's exactly it. A lot of commercial kitchen cleaning. Yeah, all your commercial hoods cleaning. So that's what you get a lot of grease buildup and stuff like that. And
Yeah, you want to get it clean because it will cause a fire.
oh yeah,
Oh yeah, but not to mention the inspections and all that stuff. But I'd
Yes.
say that is a perfect name. I never thought about that. That's a
Yeah.
brilliant name. It's so simple. I love it.
yeah. No, they were a big part of me getting into this as well. They it was a good deal, very very cool deal, and just I mean, I got a laundry list of people. My friends Rain Elaine, Brad Hardy, Plan B Motorsports, Darlene Dennison, obviously Chris and Kelly. They've helped. They're just as big a part of it as anyone. Pretty much everyone I race with out here on the West Coast, I don't know. I want to thank everyone. I try to help everybody out, and it's definitely been full circle. So.
Absolutely, everybody understands and everybody gets it, and they all, like you said, you're all a big family, and help each other out. But Mitchell and I know Mitchell probably does. I don't. What is it that you do for a living? Because you are a working Joe, just like Mitchell and I, and most everybody out there listening to us here. At
Well, a lot of people thinks I just sit at the desk all day and stare at a computer, but that's not true.
Mitchell, I tried to throw you a bone here, man. Okay, I really tried to help you out, and look, you just go stay on yourself. That's on you. Okay, I can't help that.
I used to work a lot with my hands.
We're talking to Clayton now. It's not about you. Okay.
All
But really, Clay, what is it that you do?
So I work for a company called RDO Equipment. The division I work on Vermeer machinery. So
really,
a lot of brush chippers. Mostly I work on like vacuum excavators, directional drills, a lot of trenchers, land clearing, orchard clearing machinery. So
big stuff. Gotcha.
Yeah, and it's so it's kind of tough for me to stay, I guess, jockey weight when I got to work on heavy machinery, because it's a fine balance of having muscle and trying to stay light.
Right. That is true. That is true, because you all have to stay fit and trim, shall we say?
Yeah.
I tell you now, Austin asked a really good question. Okay, and it's like, describe a day at the track for you being a pro stock motorcycle racer. Describe a day at the track at an event. Do you eat? What do you do you eat a lot or only eat once? What is it that you do?
So honestly, I try to stay as consistent as I can with my meals. Even on a day-to-day, I usually don't eat breakfast. I'll have like a salad and some yogurt for lunch. But I'll drink X amount of water throughout the day. Just I honestly try to stay consistent with my meals and my timing, because it's after every run we have to weigh in. And so
true.
I don't want to, I guess, be in a situation where I would come up light. Let's say if like I was at the track and decided not to eat or not drink anything, and if we come across the scales too light, disqualify pass. And so I would say that dietary wise, that's kind of what my day looks like. And then obviously with the East Coast tracks, it's a lot more humid than what I'm used to out here. Yeah. So I sweat a lot more, so I got to drink a lot more water. And it's fun. It's a fun little game. And just spending some time with the fans. There's actually been quite a few people that I've gotten to talk to, and some people I've gotten to build some relationships with. It's been really cool, and that's a lot of it.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say, that's a lot of it. I see the kids and stuff come up to the barricades and try to kneel down and talk with them. It reminds me of myself when I was a little kid too.
Do you have much problem with the time difference, since you're primarily live on the West Coast, and when you come race on the East Coast, you're not here for that long. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any kind of problems with the time difference, or is it just adapt and overcome kind of thing?
It kind of adapt and overcome. It's kind of tough, because usually my flights out are like 3 a.m, and so that pretty much, or that's when I got to leave my house. But that almost sets me for the schedule for being on the East Coast, because that'd be like 6 a.m. your guys' time.
Right.
And but yeah, I'll be there for the couple days, and it's tough because I'm kind of a night owl anyway, and so it'll be it'll be midnight over there, and it's, I can't fall asleep yet, and so I got to be up in like 6 hours.
Well, you see, then that makes a plus for you bracket racing
Yeah.
at night. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And then obviously racing at night. It's like our track we used to race in the afternoons because of the heat. And that's what we did for years and years and years till about, 5, 6, 7 years ago, something like that. Then they changed it to mornings.
Yeah.
Okay. And then now we're not racing in dead center of the summer, but I liked it better at night just because I was accustomed to it.
Yeah.
And it was cooler and stuff like that. I just grew accustomed to it. So whenever we go to a bracket finals or somewhere else, Mitchell and I have gone and people are like, oh, I hate racing at night. I've never raced at night. And he and I were like going, really? That's all we've ever done for the longest time.
And I'll tell you, and there is a difference racing day and night when you're looking at that tree. It will make your reaction a lot different.
Oh yeah.
So you're not used to it. It can really throw you off.
I'm the same way. I love racing at night. It's something about it. It's just fun.
Yeah, it's something about it that's really, really cool. And how I look at it is not only cool, okay, but it helps you in my case, focus on who you're racing going down track.
Oh yeah.
Okay, because literally, you have to focus on them if they have their lights on or not or whatever. You have to pick them up. One way or the other, so it helps you focus. Whereas everything bright and sunny, you can clearly see them, but you can see anything else. As slow as my car is, I can see people waving at me and stuff. You know what I mean? So pull your attention away from something else. But no, I'm kidding. But it's a legit thing.
Come on, you've looked over at me and waved a couple of times.
No, vice versa, buddy. You got brakes, I don't. Okay. Whenever Mitchell and I run, I usually give him a little bit of a spot, but he can stop it in a 4-foot area. I can't. Okay.
and I can play games down there. I can always get back on the nitrous. And, I can do all kinds of crazy stuff.
And I know this, so I just stick to my game plan, and that's it. Yeah. And we'll go from there. But the last time he and I raced, I put a camera in his car and my car aiming at each other. So it was kind of cool. You can go on OTS on the YouTube channel, and actually you can look it up, and there actually is a video where he and I racing, and then it goes in a split screen. So you could, and I just think it's cool because you can experience him and me on what we see. But anyway, we're getting off on us, and it's about you. So I'm sorry about that.
That's funny because I would say that was one of the tough things I had to learn. With heads up racing is not looking over at the top end. It's been
going through the traps. You talking about like that?
Yeah, it's been buried in my racing for as long as I've been doing it. Even index racing, you're staring over at the top end. And I catch myself doing it every so often. It's like, no, we're just going for ET. Just stay in it. Look at the stripe. That's all you need to worry about.
Well, what would be bad is if you look over and whoever you're racing against is looking at you too. You're like going, we shouldn't be doing this right now. No, we probably shouldn't. Get back to it. So, but I tell you now, I know you haven't had an opportunity to race many different manufacturers of bikes. Obviously, you haven't. I don't think you've raced a twin yet or ridden a twin yet.
No, not in competition. I mean, I had a little hardtail Sportster, but not raced.
Okay, not quite the same. Okay,
yeah.
But pretty much, the Pro Stock motorcycles compared to your bracket bike and your fast bracket bike and the top gas and stuff like that, I take it that they 60 foot harder and pretty much, everything initially leaves harder than your top gas bike, or am I wrong about that?
Oh no, you're right, and it's the leave on those bikes. It's not violent, but it's right now, and
that makes sense.
It's pretty wild because my top gas bike. I mean, it leaves pretty stout. It'll 60 foot like 110, 111, and but it's got a slider clutch in it, so it's basically like a centrifugal lockup.
Right.
And with the Gen 2 style clutches, you get static. And it's almost like a stick shift car versus an automatic car. I mean, you might get the same 60 foot numbers, but a stick car is just going to leave so much harder.
Right. Right. React harder. It just
Yes.
reacts harder.
It's
Okay.
same thing on the bikes too.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So, like you said, you described that was part of your initial thing when you got on the Pro Stock bike on the full tilt one. It's
Yep.
like the riding part's not a problem, but it's happening right now.
Yeah. And first time I threw the clutch, actually on my license passes, the first time I threw the clutch, I could feel the bike starting to get away from me. It was starting to pull my arms out, and at the top of first gear, I just pulled the clutch back in. I said, okay, let's go back to the trailer. I gotta better mentally prepare for that because it's leaving me in the dust. I gotta be ready for this. So,
You're behind on it. Okay.
yeah.
That right there is honesty.
Yeah.
Okay. And we like hearing that. It's honesty that you're like, this is literally what I felt the first time, so I pulled the clutch in. I didn't try to override it or catch up. I know you can't exactly catch up, but you know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
Which could put you in a bad position. So
Yeah.
you did a right thing and pull it back.
Yeah. One thing I've always been taught or told, and I mean I'll tell everyone too. You can always reel the clutch in. You can always make another pass. If you try to ride it too far, you might not get a chance to make another pass. Might end up on the ground or hurting parts, and that's not a good thing. If it's not right, especially if like as a rider, if you're at a position with having to finesse the Pro Stock bikes so much, it's just you don't ever want to be out of position. It's better to just reel the clutch in and try to start over the next pass.
Well, they're so low to the ground. You really don't have too much room to maneuver them anyway.
No, and I got my fair taste in Chicago when I caught a pretty nasty cross one at the top end, and I was trying to finesse the bike, but also trying to manhandle it, and try to keep off the wall, but I touched the wall down in the shutdown area, and it was not fun. So, yes.
What touched it or rubbed it is okay. It's beyond that. It's where it's bad.
Yeah. So it took all the leather, took everything off the toes of my left shoe, and split the sole away. You can see my toes through it. So I got to get another pair of boots. And
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was just just a little kiss mark. I didn't know it really left a calling card on your foot.
Yeah, it grinds you like sandpaper.
Yeah, it was left about 100-foot stripe on the wall, some of my friends are telling me like, yeah, we could see smoke coming off the bike. I said, that was my foot against the wall. So.
Yeah, because I didn't realize that when I saw it. I was like going, okay, thought it was like the fairing touching or something like that. It kind of dust, gravel on that side. I didn't realize it was your shoe.
Yeah, it was. That was the closest I've ever been to being on the ground without actually falling, and that one wasn't very much fun. And
no, but you got all the digits are in the right order, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly.
Well, hey, I gotta ask. They might have just pulled in.
Yeah. First thing I did when I got to the top end is like, okay, I can wiggle all my toes. All my fingers are still good. I'm breathing. It's all right.
There you go. Yeah. Well, hey, tell us something. Okay, now excluding Pro Stock Motorcycle. Okay, if there's anything that you could ever, leading what Austin is talking about right here, if there's anything that you could drive or ride, what would it be?
Probably Pro Stock car.
Okay.
Same thing. It's I think it's also another very vulnerable class. It's very driver dependent. Mm-hmm. Same thing. Those guys got 6-speed cars, and you got a clutch. You're going racking through the gears all the way down the track. It's on top of just steering a car, and there's a lot going on with it. And not to take anything away from like Top Fuel or Funny Car, because some of the people I've talked to with those things are a handful as well. But that honestly, for myself, I think that'd be a little bit too fast. I mean, everyone kind of has their threshold, and I think anything quicker than a 5, that's out of my league. So
True. I get you. My father would say, he goes, you need to know your limitations.
yeah,
He goes, that's the bottom line. You need to know
yeah,
your limitations. I like you see, like with Corey Reed and all that stuff going,
yeah,
bikes to cars and other people doing the same thing. That's a good transition. But I like something you said, and Mitchell and I have talked about this too, is that pro stock motorcycle racers or bike racers in general, okay, they do everything themselves. It's not automatic. They release the clutch. They have to shift on time. They have to ride it. They have to control it. Same thing like in a door car or pro stock,
yeah,
like pro stock cars. You have to drive it, and I think that's what makes it more alluring than anything
yeah.
is the fact you have to drive it.
Yeah, and I mean, you'll watch a lot of the riders at the starting line. I mean, if you're sitting a half inch to the left or the right on the seat, anything, it's going to change the way the bike acts. And I mean, trying to make a perfect run every pass, it's hard. And yeah,
and I know just from my experience being up there on the wall, I usually take pictures behind the riders or the cars,
mhm,
and I watch how they line y'all up, watching the person in the front, the person in the bike,
mhm,
looking at it, make sure it's not tilting either way, making
mhm.
sure you're English, and I'll see them. They'll come over and talk to y'all on the helmet, and I can see y'all making adjustments with your body
Mhm.
as well with the bike. So I mean, when you're riding a motorcycle, you are part of that bike.
Yes, yeah,
I mean, you
you
are.
get a lot of the input on it. I mean, um, yeah, that's
Now,
I
now
would
go,
say that.
going along with what Mitchell said, and we've watched not only you but other teams, like he said on the line, literally. And when I say increment, I mean small increment. Like you roll the bike back maybe 2 inches, if that,
Yeah,
and literally just rock the front wheel one way and then come back. And I mean, it's like, are they really making a difference in adjustment? Which clearly the answer is yes.
yeah,
But just from the outside, we're looking at it, it's like going, because in my mind, you roll back a couple feet, and you get another bite at it, but it's
yeah.
that tight. So are they primarily or lining you up like keeping you straight, or is it that they're okay, we're aiming you, just a tick this way because about the 2-3 gear shift is going to come back, is there any of that kind of thought that goes into it, or is it just like, no, just keep you straight and we'll go from there?
I would say for the most part, I try to shoot for the center of the track, center of the lane, down at the finish line. But if the track's got a real nasty crown in it, or we got crosswind to play with, depending on how we're set up, we'll change how we're lined up.
Okay, that makes
Those
sense.
those bikes being a square tire bike, they handle a little differently than the street bikes do, than a round tire bike.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. That totally makes sense now hearing you say that.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I pay a lot of attention to Matt Smith, how he's lining up Angie or Gianna
yep,
or John, because he does all three of them, and he has to worry about himself. I pay attention to all the Vance and Hines guys, um, how they line up Gage or Richard,
yeah,
and now Gino. So
yeah,
I watch all of that. What's going on? I like to pay attention and see how they line them up, and the little increments, like Robert was saying. It's really true. I mean, they'll tell you, hey, you're leaning your bike a little bit too far to the right, too far to the left. You're not centered. You're not upright.
yep,
Because a lot of, I mean, even though it may look very minute, but just being off a little bit, that little bit can get you right out of the groove in a hurry. Because I mean, y'all taking off on those things like a cannonball out of a cannon.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
yep,
Well, it is like we've watched. It's like in the stage lanes of Georgia, we were walking through there, and when y'all were called to the lanes, and as a group, we watched y'all preparing, and as you know, we didn't go over and bother you. We don't go over and bother race competitors and stuff like that. You're preparing, okay, but to watch y'all get ready and sitting there on the bike, fully everything on, fully donned up, and getting into tuck position, getting your body position, you know what I mean, like mentally going through. Everybody's got their different routines, but similar.
Yeah.
Okay, and watched you do something similar, and I'm like going, everybody's getting into their train of thought here. So, and it makes sense. It makes sense. It's exciting.
Yeah.
And, for sure. So, when are you heading out? You heading out Thursday? Going
Thursday
in?
morning? Yep. I'll be flying out of our local airport about 5 a.m. Should be landing there about 4:30ish. There's a fan fest at the Barns, I believe, and in Mechanicsville, and so I'll be there for that, for some autograph signing, and it should be a lot of fun. A bunch of the other drivers will be there as well.
Love it. Now tell everybody how they could follow you, or how they can get a hold of you to get involved with your team.
Yeah.
Okay. And 2, how do they follow you on social media?
So yeah, I mean, probably the easiest way to get a hold of me is on email, Clayton at ClaytonHoweyMotorsports.com. And other than that, I got probably Messenger is another easy way to get a hold of me. I got Facebook, Instagram. It's all Clayton Howey. Pretty simple to search. So
True. Okay. And now, when's your next event that you're going to be running on your Top Gas bike, or are you going to run any kind of brackets or anything else this year?
Yeah. So I'm actually sitting third in the division right now, for Division 7 as well. And
got nothing going on.
Yeah, it's been a busy year, but now after Maryland here, the very next weekend, should be a pretty good bracket race. But my friend Kahea helps put it on. It's the Sportsman Motorcycle Shootout. But yeah, there's a bunch of prize money. I mean, we're hoping to have at least 32 bikes there, which is big for the West Coast. And
Well, I tell you what, if you have a flyer, send it to me. We'll post it up on the page.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they're teaming up with the Western Pro Extreme. We're gonna have some really fast bikes out there too. Probably a lot of mid 6-second bikes, and that's where we run our Top Gas Index class as well. So I'll probably be doing double duty with brackets and Top Gas.
Okay. Well, it's not like you haven't done it before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You just jump on it and just do what you do. But like Mitchell said, yes, please send us any flyers or any updates for races and stuff like that. We'll be more than happy to put it on the site to try to help promote. And like Mitchell said, there's things on OTS that's East Coast, West Coast, Australia, Canada. You know what I mean? If a flyer comes across, Mitchell's posting it for just to try to help anybody and everybody.
Okay.
Get people off their butts, out of their house, and in the seats at the track.
Yeah, enjoying life and having fun. So.
Absolutely. Now, are you planning on going to Indy?
I want to. So that's there's been some talks about it, but I'm trying to work towards going to Indy. I've never been there, and this being the 75th year should be a really good one. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, Lord willing, Mitchell's going to be there at MIR this weekend.
Cool.
So he'll be able to come up and talk to you a little bit there. And then also, we're planning on going to Indy.
Okay.
So if everything works out, we'll be able to come up and shake your hand there also.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and let Kelly know that I'm going to stop by and see her and give her a little interview if she's willing to do it. About what does it feel like to finally be racing in her home state instead of having to travel so far to be able to compete. I think it'll be a pretty good interview with her. Just maybe I can even get Chris on there. I know Chris probably doesn't get on TV too much.
Not his thing.
Maybe we can get him on there. But I think I've tried before, and he's like, no, I'm good. Maybe. You get Kelly.
Yeah, that's true. And also, Brad Hawks, He says hello to you.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I saw that one pop up just a second ago. The next one, Mitchell.
Very cool.
I'm going through them right now.
Oh yeah, there it is. There it is. So I figured these are all the regulars that you run with. These are your buddies.
That's cool, man. It's a cool deal. I can't thank everyone enough. I've had so much support. It's unbelievable.
This is true. Yeah. Well, like I said, we encourage everybody that hears this interview. Okay, you'll be able to not only be able to hear it again on Facebook, you'll be able to hear it on our YouTube channel, On the Spot Motorsports Media. We'll also be uploading it to Spotify, so you can listen to that if that's your platform. But we encourage everybody to get involved, to not only go support your local track, whatever it might be. Okay, whether it's dirt track racing, drag racing, doesn't matter. Okay, to go support it, get involved. But also, you want to get involved with a good quality team, you need to look up Clayton. Okay, you need to look up what they have to offer. Okay, and they give you a great, wonderful opportunity to put your name out there in a good atmosphere and a good, with a good team. So we encourage everybody to look up Clayton online on his Facebook page, your Instagram page, email you, just randomly call you.
Yeah.
And just real quick, if you're a company, and look at where the races, go from event to event, and look at the demographics. If the demographics are good for you, you're going to get plenty of exposure on TV. You're going to get exposure from people like us, just going to the track, doing pit interviews. And I tell you what, there's great opportunities for you. Really good bang for the buck. And I'm not putting NASCAR down by no means, but NASCAR is very, very expensive. Yeah. NHRA is probably a little bit cheaper opportunity for marketing partners. And I think a lot of more businesses need to lean over to the NHRA, because you're going to get this pretty much the same exposure as you would, in NASCAR.
Yeah, and I'd love to talk to anyone about it. Obviously I have a proposal, but I got some help with the NHRA for some marketing overview and some things we can talk about. So yeah, I'd love to share some information with anyone.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you something I would like to see, since we've now interviewed quite a few pro stock bike racers, and several of them that's run grudge.
Yeah.
Okay, you being one of them. I think it would be great in the pro stock community, whether it be cars, bikes, or anything like that, friendly wagers with each other. Okay, I'm serious. Friendly wagers. Call it on the mic, call it whatever like that. Okay, I got you on the treat, $5, $10, whatever. Y'all do a friendly wager, go to a charity. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Amongst yourselves, but call it out. You
Yeah.
know, it's like going, hey, I'm lined up with such and such. I got 10 on such and such. I'm just saying, whatever y'all agree upon each other, and the other rider agree, and
Yeah.
then whoever, pays the charity, and you keep a charity toll like that. But you see, I think it's a friendly competition amongst each other, okay, which everybody loves that anyway, but also it goes to a good cause. So I personally think that's a good little thing that could be added very simply. You don't have to make a big ordeal about it. You don't have to, have a big stage brought up and all that. Just y'all walk to each other in the lanes, and it's like going, okay, y'all agree to it, and call it a day.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's a side note.
Well, really appreciate it. Had a great time tonight. Again, looking forward to seeing y'all at the track, and I hope y'all have a great outing there. I hope y'all qualify very well and go really deep in eliminations. And never know, you might pull out a win. Should we tell him, Robert?
No, I would hold off.
Okay, we'll hold off, and then I'll tell you afterwards.
Okay.
We'll text you later.
All right.
But until next time, my friend, we wish you nothing but the best.
Cool. Robert Mitchell, man. This has been fun. It's been good. So.
All right, my friend. You have a good night. We'll talk to you soon.
You guys. Thank you.
All right. Take care, buddy.
Everyone, please just bear with us, and we're going to take a little commercial break, and we'll be right back to close the showdown.
Reliability to drive thousands of miles. confidence for those who fly high. Redline oil products give you the power to crush the competition and a track record of being the best. Redline oil products. You push it to the limit, we'll protect it.
Ready to take your engine to the next level? Scorpion Racing Products delivers precision-engineered, high-performance rocker arms that dominate the track. 100% CNC machined in the USA with aerospace-grade aluminum for unmatched strength and durability. Our rocker arms handle extreme conditions with multiple ratios available to fit your needs. Backed by our exclusive lifetime warranty. When performance matters, choose Scorpion Racing Products. Proven, reliable, unstoppable.
With more than 30 years of engine and drivetrain experience, Big Stuff is your one-stop total power management solution. Whether you're controlling a 600 horsepower street car and want the best drivability, or have a 6,000 horsepower race car, need the most bulletproof, reliable control hardware, Big Stuff can do it all. All of our components are designed and manufactured right here in the USA, including our computers, wiring harnesses, touchscreen displays, and more. Nothing is built offshore, and we take pride in being one of the only automotive aftermarket manufacturers that can say this. Learn more at bigstuff3efi.com or connect with us on Facebook and Instagram for more information.
I tell you what a great interview tonight with Clayton Howey. Looking forward to seeing him again this weekend, and hopefully Kelly Klotz and him can go pretty deep in the elimination rounds. I know they'll be both very happy with that. And hey, what better matchup would it be to have Clayton on one lane and Kelly in the other for a final? I think that would be pretty awesome. But I tell you, it's going to be a fun time at MRI. I can promise you that. And I know a lot of people's like, well, they don't have stock eliminator and they don't have this. You got to think this is the first inaugural NHRA nationals there, and so they want to make sure that it's very successful. And I think this is the right move that they're making. And of course, I look for them. They're going to add other categories as they come back, next year and in the following year after that. Let it grow. But, the best way to make sure that the event grows is that if you live in that area, go out and support it. Go support the event. It's gonna be great.
Agreed.
Atomic Nationals.
Now,
it's sponsored by Jegs. They didn't even have a sponsor there at first for a little while, and then Jegs came on. They are the official sponsor of the event.
Oh, that's good. I totally forgot about that, honestly. I tell you, the thing about it is I don't know what MIR looks like as far as the track layout, if they have the capacity to handle all the classes plus. And that might be the case, like, hey, let's ease up to it. Let's see how the weather goes, the schedule goes. I don't know. I, like anybody else, I miss it when there's not stock and super stock, when there's sportsman classes that are not there. I think they all should be included. But like you said, you got to try. You got to start somewhere. So I'm all for that. So we encourage everybody to go out. If you're anywhere in the area, go to it. Mitchell's planning on going with the family on top of it.
I'm not planning. I'm going.
Yeah. No, it's
tickets paid for, motel room, rent a car.
Sorry.
Very good.
Mitchell is going. Okay, let me correct that. Mitchell is going, and he's taking his family with him. So they're going to have a little adventure up there also. So that's going to be good. So if you see Mitchell walking around with the OTS shirt on, you recognize him, just go up and shake his hand. Don't throw anything at him. That's just mean. Okay. but go up and shake his hand and talk to him. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank everybody that continues to or has continued to support OTS and work with us, our business marketing partners, including Redline Synthetic Oils. Mark, we know you're retiring here soon, but thank you very much for your service. We appreciate everything that you have done and have continued to do for all of racing. Okay, and also I want to thank Scorpion Racing Products for coming on board again this year. And they're, like I said, American made, America paid, right here in the wonderful state of Florida. For all your rocker arm valve train needs, you just need to go to Scorpion Racing Products.
Yeah, and don't forget about Big Stuff. I tell you what, Big Stuff has got some awesome things for you. Some nice display gauges that go in your car. I mean, you can track the weather. It'll tell you everything right there. You can mount the sensor outside the car and see real-time weather changes before you pass over that ready line to go stage your car. So go check out Big Stuff. And, you know, you can also buy their stuff at Jegs.
Agreed. And plus, more of their products are American made than just about any fuel injection company. Okay. They've worked very, very hard on sourcing American products for their equipment. So you need to check them out. And also, you need to go to GRE Signs right here in Florida. Tell them about it, Mitchell.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to get your vehicle wrapped, get T-shirts made, hats, you name it. You need some signs, banners. Tim Goolsby and the guys there at GRE Signs, they can get it done. Just give them a call. Great company. He's a racer as well, you know, so when you buy something from him, you're supporting another racer. And, of course, we do not want to leave out Larice Motorsports Insurance. Just a great group, a great family. Again, they're racers themselves. They travel all over the United States. And I tell you, if the class was available up in MRI this weekend, they would probably be there competing. But yeah, really great company. They can cover your car, your trailers, all the contents in it. They got all different plans for you. So to find out more about it, give them a call. Larice Motorsports Insurance.
Absolutely. And also, I failed to mention just a second ago that the gentleman that's taken over from Mark's position in Redline named Kevin. Okay. Kevin has already reached out to us and many, many, many other racers, okay, and introduced himself and looking forward to continuing Redline's good name through automotive racing and different performance venues and stuff like that. So, Kevin, thank you very much, buddy, and we look forward to talking to you more. Welcome to the program. Welcome to the show. But I'll tell you what, well, everybody, we thank you very much for continuing to support Mitchell and I, but we want you to go over to the YouTube channel if you haven't already subscribed. We want you to continue to follow us on Facebook. Tell all your friends, including Instagram.
Yep.
But tell all your friends and and also share with us if there are some other people that you would like us to interview. We look forward to reaching out to those people and setting up some interviews. We talk to great people like Howey, like we did tonight.
So stay tuned to the page over the weekend, and we'll hopefully bring you a couple of racer interviews, tons of pictures, and, of course, all the qualifying results. And, you know, we usually don't show the results of each elimination rounds just in case you want to be watching it on TV. But until then, everyone take care, be safe, and have a great week.
Good night, everybody. Wish you all the best.